Frustrating start to the week, without a doubt. It's a game of fine margins, and you look back and think, what could you have changed? What can you do? And look, on to today. And to be fair, probably in hindsight, I probably pinned my hopes a bit hard on yesterday, and actually today is a pretty strong book as well. Obviously, Royal Ascot's a fantastic week. Most is expected of you as a ambassador for the sport, or recognising the significance of, this is the pinnacle of our sport, and it's probably one of the times that we need to actually promote it the most. Desert Hero, hopefully he comes in with a chance today. Obviously riding for His Majesty the King on one of the Royal Ascot days is a big privilege, and you really want to pull that off, because look, we can all look back on those images of Estimate when she won the Gold Cup for Her Majesty the Queen, and they were days that, as a jockey, obviously you watch Ryan Moore and pulling it off that day, and it makes you dream of what you'd like to do. One of the biggest achievements on a personal level as an Englishman you can probably have in the saddle, riding a Royal winner at Royal Ascot. So hopefully he can bounce forward from that, running the London Gold Cup.
Bertinelli in the purple jacket towards the rear, with also Desert Hero. And Desert Hero coming through in the Royal colours. They race up towards the line. Desert Hero squeezing through between Valiant King and Bertinelli. It's going to be close. Desert Hero for the King.
I'm so happy. That was just unreal, quite unreal. To be here and everything's just amazing.
Exceptionally brave to do so, because he's fairly lightly race compared to some of his horses. He hasn't had many starts, and insanity. That was just beyond what I could have hoped for. And obviously, you've all seen the last couple of days, so it was needed. Perfect Profit should probably, she's a big price, being realistic, but she ran a real solid race at the back end last year in Group 2, and her run around Lingfield wasn't all too bad.
Warm Heart has won the Ribblesdale.
Shelby Bygrass, the concept to its jump, travel, and drawn to horses, she still sort of just floats through the pace of it. She's a filly for the future over a staying trip. Echoes in Rain in the Gold Cup for Willie Mullins. If Kiprios was in there, I'd be thinking you're running for second place, whereas today I actually think, it's open enough to think we can get ahead in front.
Corral's one of me though, under Frankie, just proving the stronger on the run for the line.
Fast ground over that trip, obviously a big story with Frankie winning the Gold Cup on his last year, and the honour to be you. I think it was probably the story of the race if there was going to be any. Royal Cape obviously comes in for Hughie Morrison, he's pretty unexposed.
Stockland's near side, New Endeavour far side.
Just overcooked it a bit early, that straight miles a long way. White Hero, coming back to the trip that we think he now wants. Remains exciting for Ed Walker and the team. He's another trainer I've got a great relationship with, and really enjoy riding for him, and I don't think sort of our relationship has developed off the track as well. So it'd be a big thrill to get a winner for him.
Here's Frankie on Epic Taters coming through with Brave Emperor, and Oviedo is swerving left-handed into bolster there, but it's White Hero for Hampton Court Stakes glory.
Fabulous. I mean, 2 in one day. Couldn't get better, could it, really?
The derby didn't go how we wanted, and he's bounced back today at this trip. Exploded. Mega day. Probably Monsiv's the other main one for the day. Won well last time.
Witch Hunter wins the Buckingham Palace.
Parish entered the day, I suppose. Well, look, that's what you dream of when you come to Royal Ascot. You have a day like that, and look, as the last few days have shown, it's not easy to produce it, and you need the right horses and everything to fall right. But look, today was just meant to be. It just felt like such a special and significant moment. Having that opportunity to look up at the Royal Box, that goes down as, well, it's in the history books, isn't it? The King's first Royal Ascot winner, and yeah, to be aboard that and part of that is very, very special. Yeah, yesterday I was struggling to hold back the tears from one emotion, and today was the opposite. So
absolutely unreal. Just to be here for a double at Royal Ascot is just perfect. And yeah, he was so grumpy yesterday. It was such a relief he's had the winner, I can't tell you.
It's nice to be able to share moments like that with family, because say they're you know, mum and dad put in a lot when I was young, obviously with pony racing and pony club and all sorts of stuff. So to have them here to enjoy a day like that's mega. So back for day 4 of Ascot, obviously getting into the depths of the week now, and 3 rides, starting off with Max Sud, who has come back down to a mark where he won last year.
5 on the week for more.
From the time I got to the 3, all the way to the winning close, he's just sustained a relentless tempo.
I then got Girl Racer in the Sandringham. You'd like to think she was on the right sort of track to be coming in today with half chance.
Frankie on fire on his farewell. Coppice wins the Sandringham.
Obviously very disappointed. She pulled the shoe off down the start. Had to be reshod and then pulled that same shoe in the race. And then Sweet Harmony in the last for Richard Spencer and Rebel Racing. Obviously always nice to ride one for them.
Rhythm and Hooves though finishing very strongly under Holly Doyle. Rhythm and Hooves wins.
Race split into 2 and we were probably on the wrong side of it, but when you're drawn that extreme, like you don't really have too much choice about the matter.
You know, Royal Ascot winners are hard to come by, and look, she had a Group 1 earlier in the week. That was fantastic, and look, another one in today. You know, realistically, you're going to look back at the end of your career, and one of the many things you'll be judged on is going to be Royal Ascot winners. Look, I'm 25, I'm young, but it's a short career, so any missed winner is going to be a frustration. So obviously we're final day of Royal Ascot now. 5 days in and it feels like it's only been a day, I guess, looking back on it. Started a bit sticky but got better on Thursday and ended up being an absolutely insane day. And yeah, it still feels a bit surreal, to be honest, being part of such a momentous occasion, like, you know, having the King and Queen come down to greet you for their first Royal Ascot winner, and yeah, something that I'll remember forever. So start off today in the Jersey on a rather large price outsider. Look, hopefully he can outrun his odds.
Age of Kings has won the Jersey.
Yeah, to be fair, it's nice having a ride before one that you think's really important, and he actually outran his odds, to be fair.
I then move on to Sacred in the Queen Elizabeth II Jubilee. Look, obviously she's an extremely talented filly. I feel like she should have won a Group 1 by now, like, just unfortunate that things haven't gone her way.
It's the mare Sacred out in front, but here's Cardem and Highfield Princess battling on, racing up towards the line, and Cardem is getting up. Cardem wins the Jubilee.
Sick. Yeah, just pretty sick about that. If he had wingers, I'd have seen James Spencer canting up behind him. She's probably the best horse in the race, which makes it hard to take as a jockey. Relying it, so I wouldn't wake up tomorrow morning thinking about it again. But you'd love to have another crack at it just to see. Then move on to Hurricane Ivor, who is an old friend at William Haggis's. He's a very talented horse, and if his head's in the right place, he should hopefully go pretty well.
It's St. Lawrence for the Wokingham.
They're probably just that ground was just too quick for him today.
I've got Laffy next. He ran in the Lingfield Derby trial, which obviously received a bit of a boost of form when Waipiro went and bolted up on Thursday.
It's Burdett Road to win the Golden Gates, Burdett Road.
A bit disappointed, to be honest. I thought he might run a nice little race.
And then my last ride of the day is Falcon 8. When he's on a going day, he's extremely talented.
But it's Dawn Rising to win the Queen Alexandra.
He's run a good race. Obviously probably needed a bit more ease in the ground, but he's run solid.
So I'd just come out onto the track for the final time of the week. This week's been my best ever Royal Ascot in reality. Last year I had one winner in Candleford, and the year before that I had one winner on Alenquer. The year before that I had my first ever winner at Royal Ascot. So I can look back and see the negatives, obviously, if I really wanted to, but I think it's important to walk away and look back and recognise that this was a week with significant upsides and a very special occasion, and just consider myself very lucky to be a part of what happened. I mean, we're stood out on the track now, and you've got roll box up behind you, and look, even just looking up at that just makes you it takes you back into that moment and makes you realise how fortunate a position I landed in, to be honest with you, because as I say, 4 years ago I hadn't even ridden an Ascot winner at the start of the week. I started riding 8 years ago, and I think it was 10 years ago that Estimate won the Gold Cup, and those, I was young when I watched that. Those images were some of the biggest ones that stuck with me and that made me want to be a jockey, and myself and Holly idolise Ryan Moore, and watching him having a day in the saddle like that makes you dream of it. And look, it wasn't a Gold Cup, but it felt just as significant.